Hey, what's up guys? Going to be doing a deck profile for the X-saber Palmero Rainbow X-saber OTK, or I guess you can call it like match OTK because it technically wins you the entire match if you're playing at a real tournament, because you get like 40 or 50 minutes in a actual Yu-Gi-Oh tournament, and when time is up they go, there's like 5 turns, and then essentially whoever has more life points wins the duel. And then basically with this deck, you just heal to get infinite amount of life points. If your opponent max sees you, you can technically deck them out, so you actually will not get the match win. So it's actually good for your opponent to actually max see you if you're actually doing this, because that way they can actually play the other games. But I mean, technically you might be able to slow play, but that's never fun. But yeah, that said, basically how it works is you need to have 2 Palmeros, one in graveyard, one on field, and you kind of just swap them out and you special summon each other over and over and over, and you activate Rainbow Life. So the deck is really consistent because you have triple Ember's Blade, you have triple Giant Rat, you have triple, well, there's actually double Dark Soul, but I guess there's only double Dark Soul, that's all you need. Actually, you should probably take that out and put another Dark Soul. But yeah, this is the deck that I was playing, because I just wanted to make it real quick, because someone was talking about it, I forgot who it was, but yeah, someone's talking about like the X-saber Rainbow. I was like, this sounds hilarious. I'm like, how realistic is it to get off? And they're like, no, it's really consistent. And I didn't believe them, but I'm like, wait, okay. He's like, you have Ember's Blade, you can Giant Rat. I'm like, oh, okay. So it's actually really consistent, no lie. I got it on my first try, but I'm sure that, you know, you might not have the heart of the cards like I did. Basically, all you need is Rainbow Life plus like either Dark Soul, Giant Rat, Ember's Blade. And then you obviously need to get 1 Palmero engrave. You can do that if you wanted to play Foolish. You can also play 1 for 1. That's also another option. But yeah, I just made the deck real quick. I didn't really want to make it competitive. It was more just really quick. I just wanted to see if it would work. And it's more so of a troll deck. But yeah, you win by having unlimited amounts of life points. You heal to the point where you have so many life points where your opponent can't actually draw enough cards to actually deal that much damage. And if your opponent is playing Exodia though, then technically you can still actually make your moves and win in time in a real duel, but realistically on Dueling Network you won't be able to win like that. But if you are playing in a duel in Dueling Network, technically you can heal to like so high of a number in life points that within the 30 amount of turns it takes for them to draw, depending on who decks out first, that can be a factor. So you got to watch that too. Make sure that you don't have less cards than them, because if they do want to argue with you, then technically they can still like continue to play, and they would just attack you every turn. I mean, at most you can maybe put what can you put as far as damage on the field? You can maybe get like 40 to 50,000 damage per turn. So like as long as you heal for enough life. So how it works is basically you need 2 Palmero. You activate Rainbow Life. 1 Palmero needs to be engraved. They can both be on the field. Doesn't really matter. And what you do is you discard 1 card until the end phase of this turn. Whenever you would take damage, so that counts battle damage and effect damage, you gain that amount of life points instead. But that does not work with cost. So if you have to pay the 500 with Palmero, you still have to pay that 500. You don't actually gain that. So that's just one thing I wanted to mention before we like jumped into the deck profile, because I kind of want to explain how it works. But basically, Palmero dies, you activate Palmero's effect to special summon the other Palmero, and then Palmero crash itself. You basically, your opponent needs to have a monster with over 700 attack, and then you heal infinitely, and then you win by having so much life points. But yeah, let's finally get started with the deck profile. I hope that made sense to you guys. I hope none of that was confusing. But yeah, it's pretty easy to do. Yeah, finally with the deck profile, I guess, I mean, really, you don't really need Maxi, but triple Giant Rat, Maxi, an Arabellum, triple Palmero, 1 Postule, 1 Boggart Knight, 2 Dark Soul, 3 Ember's Blade, 1 Fall Troll, 2 Full Helm Knight, Dark Hole, Econ, Heavy, Mind Control, Reborn, Space, double Duality, double Bottomless, double Compulse, triple Rainbow Life, 1 Seven Toes, 1 Solemn, well, the whole Solemns, Starlight Road, and 2 Torrential Tributes. So, honestly, I made this deck really fast because I took my X-saber Samurai deck, which was like a troll deck already, and then I kind of just like modified it to play to the Rainbow Life. But there's a lot of things that you might want to change, but a lot of people ask for the deck profile, so I'll give it to you guys as is, and I'll kind of give you guys more suggestions. I would definitely play triple of these. Also, I would probably take out stuff like Bottomless and maybe Torrential Tribute. But like if someone makes like, you know, they go Rabbit, go to like, you know, like Dolka or something, yeah, you need to probably Torrential Tribute. But you want them to have a monster on the field. You probably want to run multiple 7 tools. Also, you probably would like to try 3 Dark Soul. You don't have to play the Econ. Like I said before, you guys asked for the deck profile, and I'm giving it to you guys as it was, like the one game that I played with it, because this was just a modified, you know, X-saber deck that I kind of just threw within like 30 seconds. But yeah, I will recommend you guys to play 777 tools because Any back row can hurt. If they Valor it, it doesn't matter because it gets its effect in the graveyard, so that doesn't bother you. Like, Maxi won't really stop you because you can deck your opponent out with Maxi. So if they Maxi you, you can just deck them out. So no hand traps really hurt this. Maybe DD Crow would hurt it, but no one really main decks DD Crow, although it is kind of good, realistically. But I don't think there's really anything else that needs to be said about this deck. You probably don't want to play Sheehan because I was, again, like I said, I literally took apart my X-sabers Samurai deck, which is just for trolley purposes in the beginning, but this is still a troll deck, so I was like, I don't even care. I mean, realistically, I think that this deck probably won't ever make it to the meta, but it is a funny deck because, like, realistically, like, winning the match from game 1, because, like I said, you can go into time with your opponent, so if they want to sit there, you can just tell your opponent, I really want this deck to, like, top 1s, just because it'd be trolly. But yeah, if you are playing, you know, at a tournament, you should just tell your opponent that you're going to heal infinitely, and they can just scoop. That way you guys don't have to sit at the table for another, like, half hour. But, yeah, it actually technically does get you the win. And in Yu-Gi-Oh!, slow playing is considered when you don't make a move, but if you're making a move in Yu-Gi-Oh! And you can kind of loop in your game, you're like, something is happening to life points, technically they can't call you out on slow playing, so if you're crashing Polymeros over and over and over, your opponent actually can't call a judge and say you're slow playing because you're still making moves, you're gaining life points, and that's the purpose of the deck in the first place. So your opponent realistically can't really call you out on it. Although this is a pretty annoying deck to deal with it. But let's be honest, Final Countdown, that's pretty annoying anyways. But yeah, it will get you the match, which is the most annoying thing with this deck. I hope you guys don't troll me and play this against me. But I guess I'll just have to, like, play windups and make Shockmaster as fast as possible. But anyways, yeah, this is deck profile because I've already had a lot of people PM me, and that was pretty fast. I literally just made this deck maybe half an hour ago, and I've been trying to respond to some of you guys that have been PMing me. And you're like, what was the deck profile for that? But yeah, it's a pretty easy deck, and it's a really easy win to, like, win the entire match. But anyways, thanks for watching. Hope you guys control some people with this deck, perhaps. But thanks for watching. Asian Eyes signing out.